how falling. Woe betide you, Babylonia. Oh, how falling. Woe betide you, Babylonia. The city's gone up in flames. The city's gone up in flames. The city is gone up in flames. The city's gone up in flames. The city is gone up in flames. Your city is gone up in flames. No more buying, no more selling, no more buying in Babylonia. No more buying, no more selling, no more dancing in Babylonia. No more buying, no more selling, no more dancing in Babylonia. No more music, no more concert, no more clapping in Babylonia. Hey, yeah, Babylon fall to rise no more. How falling. Hey, 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 hey. How falling. The city's gonna be flamed. The empires are gonna be flamed. Your traders are gonna be flamed. Your merchants are gonna be flamed. No more clapping, no more buying, no more selling in Babylonia. Yes, that is the sound of the great fall of the image of political and idolatrous Babel of man in the Nigerian churches and pulpits. It is the sentence and the judgment of God against the shameful image called obedience that the church has aligned and allied herself with. For Babylon must come down with a sound. Babylon must come down with a sound, so that the sound of the true gospel of God that must proceed from Africa, hey, from Nigeria, that true sound must go out at the cost and expense of the false sound and clamor and noise that the church has aligned themselves with. God has shown me, God has opened my eyes to see the falling down, the crumbling of the image called obedience, called obedient movement. God is bringing down that image that the church has aligned herself with. That image called obedient movement. That Babel that the church built into a political Babel, into a political image. That image is falling down. God has brought it down. God has brought it down. God has brought it. I prophesy against the image called obedient movement. That spirit, that hand of man, that is not the hand of God. That image is brought down by the true stone, not caught with human hand. That image is brought down by the stone, by the rock. As it was in the book of Daniel, the rock, not caught from a human hand, came and smote. It struck the image of Babylon. That same stone, that same rock has come into Nigeria. The stone of Zion, the plumb line of righteousness, and the measuring line of justice. God is introducing, and God has introduced the stone of Zion into the church and into the nation. This stone is coming with the measuring line of justice and the plumb line of righteousness. I introduce it in the name of God into the churches in Nigeria. I introduce it into the court. I introduce it into the tribunal. I introduce it into the presidential tribunal. I introduce it, the measuring line of justice, the plumb line of righteousness. The stone of Zion is now speaking to bring down this image called obedient movement, which is never the plan of God. That image is brought down. I see that image fall. The statue of obedient movement. I see it fall on the streets. It has fallen in Lagos. It has fallen in the south. It has fallen everywhere. Everywhere is falling. It's pulverized, and the gale has blown it away. The wind of God has taken that image. That image is fallen. It's fallen. It's trodden down. And the foot soldiers are scattered. Thank you, Jesus. That is the will of God. That is the will of God. So that the gospel of God will produce. We proceed to nations. How fallen. How falling. Oh, woe to you, Babylon. Your cities are gonna be flames. Your glory is gonna be flames. Your merchants are gonna be flames. Your priesthood is gonna be flames. No more buying, no more selling, no more dancing, Babylonia. No more music, no more dancing, no more dancing to Babylonia. Come out from her, O Zion, come out from her. Come out from her, O Zion, come out from her. To come out from her, daughters of Zion, come out from her. Come out from her. Daughters of Zion, come out from her. You royal priesthood. How fallen. Hey, 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 hey. Woe betide you, Babylon. Cities gonna be flame. Your empire is gonna be flame. How fallen. Yes, how fallen. Indeed, it has fallen. The image of Babel that the churches and the GOs and the bishops and the founders have aligned themselves with in this past election, especially on the presidential level, that image has fallen. I bring down that image in the name of the Lord. I bring down that image by the stone of Zion, not caught with human hands. I bring down that image by the measuring line of justice and the plumb line of righteousness. I introduce the stone of Zion. I introduce the measuring line of justice and the plumb line of righteousness into the courts, into the presidential tribunal, into the Supreme Court. Let the stone speak. Let the stone speak. Let the measuring line of justice speak. By the plumb line of righteousness, that image of obedience is brought down. That image has fallen in the court. That image of obedience have fallen. It has fallen in the presidential tribunal. It has fallen in the Supreme Court. It has fallen in the courts of God. It has fallen in the courts of God. It has fallen in the courts of man. The churches of obedience are judged. The pastors of obedience are judged that are deceiving the saints of God. They are judged. They are brought down together with this image. They are brought down and brought down indeed. This image is brought down, completely brought down, with its back facing the ground. It's brought down the streets, brought down in heaven, brought down on earth, brought down in the courts, brought down everywhere. So that the glory of the King and his true gospel can now move into the nations. May the glory of the Lord be praised from his dwelling place. May the glory of the Lord be praised from his dwelling place. From his dwelling place. From his dwelling place. are gone from his dwelling place. Blessed be the glory of the Lord, are gone from his dwelling place. 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 Blessed be the name of the Lord, our God, from his dwelling place. Quand la gloire de Dieu Seigneur soit louée, descendez moins haut. Quand la gloire de Dieu Seigneur soit louée, descendez-moi haut. Descendez-moi haut. Descendez-moi haut. Descendez-moi haut. Descendez-moi haut. Béni soit le nom du Seigneur, notre Dieu, descendez-moi haut. Béni soit la gloire du Seigneur, notre Dieu, descendez-moi haut. Béni soit la gloire du Seigneur, notre Dieu, descendez-moi haut. Que la gloire du Seigneur soit louée, descendez-moi haut. Sois sanctifié en moi. Sois sanctifié en moi. Que la gloire de Dieu, Seigneur, soit louée, descendez-moi haut. Sois sanctifié en moi. Sois sanctifié en moi. Que la gloire du Seigneur soit louée, descendez-moi haut. Descendez-moi haut. Descendez-moi haut. Descendez-moi haut. Descendez-moi haut. Béni soit le nom du Seigneur, notre Dieu, descendez-moi haut. Béni soit la gloire de Dieu, Seigneur, notre Dieu, descendez-moi haut. Béni soit la bonté du Seigneur, mon Dieu, descend de moi haut. Toute la gloire du Seigneur, mon Dieu, descend de moi haut. Béni soit le nom du Seigneur, mon Dieu, descend de moi haut.